name's Katie and welcome to my shed. How are you? It's been a long week. Hang on, let me shut this door. It was my first week back after annual leave, and it's always hard and long, isn't it? You kind of get in a different mindset and then heading back to work, and it is a little bit crazy. It's tough. So the video I had planned to record today, I actually recorded during the week, which you would have seen already if you've watched the previous video, and that was a haul that I'd done basically to cheer myself up, and it worked, apart from when I realised I'd bought many things I didn't need, duplicates. Anyway, it's fine. Go back and watch it, and I'll get over it eventually. What I wanted to do today is make a start on the painting of Toronto that we've talked about for the last couple of weeks, and I realised I haven't got a piece of paper the right size. So what I wanted to do, this frame is an old frame, but I was going to buy a new version of it, is use these dimensions. And I wanted to do it tall and thin because obviously the CN Tower is quite tall, and I wanted to kind of get that feeling. So that was my plan, but the piece of paper I've got isn't quite big enough, although I do think it will fit once the mount is in. I can't find the mount. It's somewhere in this shed. The shed needs to tidy up. Same story as always. I will find it, but I haven't got it today. But you can see we've got a little gap at the top, but I think once we've got the mount, it will be absolutely fine. So these are the dimensions that we're going to do. I have sketched it out already. So I had my art group last Sunday and I did some sketches. So let me find those and I'll show you so you get an idea of what we're going to paint. This shed is getting more and more chocker. Right, so this is an old sketchbook I've got. It's a pink pig one. I have no idea where I bought it from. I think it might have even been from a car boot sale. I've had it many years and just never really used it. So these are my swallows that I did. Some of them are better than others, so look from a distance, but I quite like these ones. The smaller ones, this one's okay, but some of them are a little bit questionable. And then this is my CN Tower Skyline. So what I want to do, I don't like the boat, so I'm going to kind of chop it up about here, but with a little strip of water, bit of a strip of this. This was a brewery, and then those 4 or 5 buildings in what sort of portrait up the building. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, these are my sketches. I'm going to do it in mixed media, and I've also got some new paints that I will have shown you already that I bought in Canada that I want to use and make as part of this image. So that's why I'm going to have to mixed media. The paints I want to use, if you didn't watch my videos before, are these Stoneground ones, and I think some of the colours will be perfect. I've swatched those out I think 2 videos ago, so do go back and watch those. And I might also use some of my new Schmincke watercolours, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. First of all, I need to just clear enough space on the table so that I can put the piece of paper down, maybe wipe the table because it's quite disgusting, and then we'll draw it out and start playing. So I'm going to tidy and I'll turn you around in a minute. Not really sure you're going to be able to see all of this because it's quite high. I might have to do you in sections, but I'll leave you where you are for now. There's a lot going on down here. Obviously I'm going to remove a lot of this because there's just too much noise, but first thing we need to do is get the CN Tower in. That's the important one. Okay, if you haven't watched me do my mixed media work before, what I tend to do is draw out my birds and then I mask off the areas with them so I can work a bit more freely. It does leave a little bit of white space around them, but I quite like that. Yeah, I don't mind that. So I've done 3, and then I'll probably do a few small, just like dark marks around too. So let's just place them out. I've just got to work out. Do we want this one in? Might have you a bit lower actually. It's difficult because what I don't want to do is necessarily cover all of the building. I'll cut off the corner of it there. So you can see this isn't, it's not neat, it's not precise. Okay, and now we're going to make a start on these buildings. So let me find some paints, work out my colours, get some layers down. I want to, oh gosh, wrong way, Katie. I do want to start quite thin and work my way up, and I'll start with the watercolours and build to the more opaque mediums. Right, so this one's these are both Stoneground, ones that I got from Canada. This one's the Scarlet, that's the Hellebore. I'm going to use those in this, and I might use the beam one as well, a little bit, we'll see. But first of all, let's get these buildings kind of in. That's not quite the right colour. This is quite opaque and it's quite yellow. I might just add a little bit of umber or something in there. Actually, this one might work geo. And I'm going to go quite loose and quite messy. So if you haven't seen me before, I do quite like messy work. I'm not here, you know, the neat washes and all of that. That's not my, just not my style. I quite like when you get like layering of the colours. Not a fan of blooms that much, where it's sort of cauliflowers, but I do quite like these sort of marks. So I'm quite happy with that. And I'll use the same colour down the side of this building here. So straight, look at me go with my very wobbly lines. And also down the side of this one. I'm going to end up having to use gouache around here because you can see where the rubber's left a residue. Mind, we live and learn, don't we? And do any of the others? The others are darker, so I'm just going to use this one for those. So that's this one here. Okay, I am going to leave it alone now. It needs to dry. It's a hot mess. It always is. We have to trust the process. I tell myself that every time. Right, see you in a minute. Okay, I've let it dry and I'm back. I mean, it is a bit of a mess, but they always are to start with. I love this colour. This isn't particularly lovely. I don't like what it's done here, but some of these shadows are great. I'm going to get the sky in now, and then we'll go on for some of the detail. Do we go with the ultramarine pale? I feel like the ultramarine pale Kuretake actually might be the way forward. It won't be as flat, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's get rid of some of these pencil marks. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. Oh my goodness, that rubber is awful. Okay, I'm going to put a book on and listen to some book. Okay, so we've got some of the sky in. I need that to dry fully before I go and do any more with that. So what I'm going to do is work on this foreground and get some of the detail in on the buildings. This building, I've got slightly the wrong shape. It needs to kind of come up a bit, but we'll use a darker colour for that. I've let it dry. We're going to take off the birds, and then we'll start doing the pencil work. I there's bits I really like about it, and there's still bits that I'm like, that's got a long way to go. These did not look like swallows. Can I get this off? There we go. Right. Yeah, they would look way too big for swallows, but we will just have to infill where we need to. Can't really see down here, can you? But I really like this sea. I know it's a bit weird, but I like that. And I like this path. This is awful. The buildings need a lot of work. They're not great. And obviously the birds. So we're nearly there. Practically finished. Anyway, I'm going to go out and do something fun with my daughter. And then I'm at work tomorrow. So I will hopefully see you Monday. But you never know. I might get in again this evening. But we'll see. Okay, I'm back. I think the proportions aren't right here, so this needs to be a bit narrower, I think. I guess I can deal with that afterwards. What I want to do is get... Do I do the birds first? Should we do the birds and then we'll do the buildings? Let's do the birds. Okay. It's one of those days again with I can't get the door right. Okay. I'm going to use my drawings and get them, and I can remember what paints I used. That's always the way, isn't it? For me anyway. It's always the way for me. Right, I want to use indigo, so I'm going to use my Stoneground indigo. I can, that one which is May and blue. I will use the Stoneground red as well, but we'll do that last. done quite a lot today, so that's good. Touching up with the gouache has helped. These swallows were just not swallowing. I think, well, I know, because I was trying to use this Stoneground Scarlet, it was just the wrong colour, and yeah, it hasn't quite worked as I'd hoped. But we'll be patient and we'll see what happens when I go over with some pencil. This still doesn't quite feel right. I think I need to get a bit more shadow in. But yeah, I feel like we've done quite a lot for the base today. So that is good. And I don't know when I'm going to see you next, because I shall be at work tomorrow and working most of the week, to be fair. So let's, it might be one evening. So I will see you an evening in the week. Bye. I'm back. It's the next day, it's Sunday. I've been at work and thought I'd just come in for an hour and have a little play, because I'm not going to get much done in here, much time in here this weekend. Not this weekend. Not much time in here for the rest of the week because it's school holidays. So whilst I can, I thought I'd pop in. I did have a nice storage for these pens. So let's put these away down here. Out of the way. We're going to bring the pencils up and we're going to start with the pencils. So what I was thinking was, I'm not sure on the composition of this, but we're going to keep going for a little while. I don't know what to do. Right, what we're going to start with, should we start with the birds? Let's lower you down and try and get some detail on these. I'll put my book on because I'm pretty sure you're going to be sped up, because whilst I was editing last night, what I'd already done, it's already 2.5 hours long, so there's going to be a lot of speeding up. I mean, I think I'm succeeding in making a pig's ear of it. I know what I want to do, it's just not, it's not working. I need to leave it to dry. I'm going to have to find something that I can get the shadows in with. I'm happy with the shape of the tower now. It's definitely a little bit better. And the birds, I'm fine with those. It's those buildings. And I had no trouble with the buildings when I did the sketches. So it's really annoying. Anyway, I'm going in. I don't know when I'll see you again, but hopefully not too long. See you soon. Hello, we're on another day further forward. What day are we? Monday. It's Monday today. And I've been to the seaside today, which was delightful. And I've just come back in, it's just in the evening now. And I've just come, oh my goodness, what's that? Blob of paint that shouldn't be there. Okay, I came in and I realised I hadn't tidied up the shed. So that was good. I left a tube of paint open. There's brushes that I didn't clean. The palette that I didn't clean. Honestly, I don't deserve nice things because I cannot look after them. Right, I need to get a blade on this. See if I can get that off. I don't know what it is. I haven't even been using lilac, have I? Did I use lilac? I mean, I must have used lilac, I just don't remember using it. Okay. I mean, I've managed to lift the paper up. It's not as bad as I'm thinking. I'm happier with this now. Not that, I'll have to do something about that. I need to just tidy this up. I made that building a little bit thinner and I've actually got rid of quite a lot of the detail. So I'm just going to work over them on pencil. First thing I'm going to do is, actually that's the last thing. If I do that it'll be wet, won't it? But let's get it done. And then I can hopefully get on with the pencil work. I do love how easily they reactivate. So you can leave your pan dirty all night and then come back and use it. Really love how this has reacted, and I know it's kind of wrong, but I still like it. Right, I need my phone because I'm going to have to look at this a little bit more than I did last time because it wasn't right. I should do this one first actually. Four windows. I'm not going to get all four windows in. Okay, I'm going to put some music on because you do not need to watch me do all this. It'll take ages. I'm going to tidy up and then we'll de-peel. I'm going to try and peel it so you can see it, but I'm not sure it's going to work. Let's put that out of the way. This room is beyond a tip. I took a photo of it earlier because, I mean, just to show, I'll try and put it in. But yeah, it's such a mess. Ooh. That tape. I was just about to say this tape's been behaving beautifully, and then it goes and does that. I'm going to turn you around because you can't see it. I realise you don't really get to see that because it was so far away. So we'll start from the top. But I've put these marks in the sky. I feel like the ones around the swallow, the blue ones, maybe needed to be a little bit more deliberate, a few more of them maybe. I really like all the texture in the CN Tower. I do like the swallows. I really like this building, and then some of these are less, don't love these as much, but prefer this one now. I've redone it, and this one. And then in the foreground, got this. This is just beautiful. That's some posh paints. So there we go. I've got very high to fit it in screen. It's quite big. I think maybe too big, but here it is. There's bits of it I really like. I really love this sea. And I like the path. And I deliberately wanted them to be kind of quite empty because to draw your eye up. I'm just not sure. I don't know what I'm not sure about. Do you know what? I think I need to sit on it and just. I think I like it. Might be a grower. It reminds me of the one I did at the hospital with the peregrine. It took me a while to like that one. I'm still not sure the proportions were the right proportions, because I do prefer the proportions on the sketch now, which just had a little bit more space around it. But there we go. I'm done with it for today. I may come back to it. I may not. If you have stuck with me through this, then I congratulate you. This has been a very long one and not that satisfying. I think there's going to be a whole lot of editing going on, just because I know how many times I've reworked those buildings, for instance, and it's painful for you guys to watch. I don't want to put any of you through that. Could you let me know in the chat about the time lapses? You see, I like watching time lapses because I like to see everything, like the whole process. But I appreciate that I can't sit and watch someone paint for 6 hours, or probably longer than that today. But I've heard that it annoys a lot of people, not specifically mine, just in general. And if you would prefer that I didn't do that and I just jump from scene to scene, then I can do that too. Just let me know. And I think that's probably where we're going to leave it today. But thank you very much for coming along. Let me know what you think. I suspect I'm going to be cropping that down a little bit, or I might even rework it and redo the whole painting. But I won't make you all sit through that, because that will be painful and not a single person would want to watch me paint the same thing painfully multiple times. I barely want to sit through it myself. But if you're an artist, you probably know that feeling that when you've got something and you need to get it out. That's kind of where I'm at with this. So if I do repaint it, I will show you it, but I won't make you watch me paint it. Is that a deal? I think that's a deal. I think next week's going to be a fairly exciting one for me, possibly a bit boring for you, but I will let you know more about that next week because I've had an exciting email through the post, and if that comes off in time for next week's video, then we'll talk about it. If it doesn't, it'll be the week after. We've still not had any rain, just for those of you that are on Weather Watch. Everything is still crispy. We've been having even more fires. There was a really devastating one on the Suffolk coast at Dunwich Heath, which is a historical wildlife reserve in England, and it's just wiped the whole place out, which is just awful. So yeah, really rotten. We really need some rain. We thrive on rain, don't we, in England? We haven't had any for about 6 weeks, possibly longer. So it's pretty grim. She says, looking at all the dead plants in her garden. I'm going to love you and leave you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and press the hype button. I know some of you have been doing that. Thank you very much. I think it's been helping because some of my videos are getting more views than they used to. So it's obviously doing something. So thank you very much. I'm going to let you have a lovely week. Oh, some of my videos might be a bit out of sync because I was going to do... I got ahead of myself, and so I was going to spread them out, and then I realised I've got 3 in 1 week next week, so I might, if I say, oh, you'll see this on Saturday and you see it on a Wednesday, that's why. So please forgive me. It's because I'm trying to give you the content, but also what I don't want to do is be recording a video today and you not see it for a month, because I don't know, timelines are just squiffy, and that messes with my brain that doesn't like squiffiness, which is very ironic when you see the state of this shed and the squiffiness that I deliberately put myself in frequently. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I will see you soon. Have a lovely week. No, wrong way round. Talking of squiffiness. Have a lovely week, and I will see you soon. Bye.